Hi everybody, welcome back to Laaleebee Knits. My name is Natalie. Do you remember me? It's your long lost knitting friend. I'm a knitter based in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and I have a little YouTube channel where I share my knitting here. I've been a terrible podcaster. I haven't recorded one in a long time. Very bold. Life's been a bit crazy, always is. So I have so much to share with you. So I'll run through it. There's so much, and then I'll do little catch up, little life update afterwards. Henry is snoozing there, so hopefully he'll be nice and well behaved. But yeah, I have so much to share with you. Since I last spoke to you, I went on a little knitting retreat with some friends. I went to Gathering Stitches, a little knitting festival organised by the girls at Inspiring Yarns. I have so much to show you. I have finished objects. I've actually gifted some finished objects. I've got brand new things that I've cast on and finished since last time. So let's get stuck in. There's so much to share with you today. I'm just clearing a little bit of space in front of me so that I can show you properly. Okay. I've been pulling stuff and setting stuff aside for so long that I can't quite remember everything that I have here, but I will do my very best. Okay, first thing. This is my bag of stuff to share. And my chair is creaking, as always. Okay, that's a brand new one. I'll talk about that later. Okay, now I'm just pulling out my multiple finished objects. Don't mind me. Just talk among yourselves while I pull all this out. Where'd that other one go? Oh yes, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 finished objects. I have 5. I gifted some to my mum. I'll maybe pull a wee picture up there. Okay, first finished object. I'm so excited. It's in this cute little bag that I made with fabric from Wool Warehouse. Pattern is from Can Do Sews. I shall put that in the description in the show notes. I finished and have not blocked, which is bold because it's been finished for a long time. I finished my Darjeeling blouse. Ooh! So let me just show her off. She's a bit wrinkled. Look at the cute little sleeves. Little bit of lace, little bit of picot bind off, and that's also in the bottom here. It's so sweet. I love it so much. I need to get it blocked and I need to get it into rotation. The only thing I haven't done is put the buttons on. So let me talk about this. First things first, the yarn. I went to Hank's Yarn Parlour, which is my local yarn shop. And I got, I think, 6 skeins of this Isager Merilin yarn. This is colour E0, so I'm assuming it is the natural colour. It is 80% wool and 20% linen. So, as you can see, I have a whole skein left. They're 50 grams. I used 5 skeins to make this jumper, and I have actually a skein and a half left, I would say. So a good chunk left. I made, I think, the largest size. Let me get my notes up on my phone so I can give you some details. Okay. Oh, I should have favorited all my things and I have to go and dig for them. Bear with me. So this is a cardigan. It is Darjeeling. I knit this side. I think I actually wrote out some notes for myself, but I don't know what I've done with them. I knit the 3XL. It goes up to a 4XL. So that's pretty good. Largest size fits. Oh, this is all centimeters. 58.6 inches, which isn't bad. It's pretty good. So That's in that little bag. This is knit bottom up. No, bottom up's not my favourite. Because you can't try on as you go. And so I knit it. It gives you 3 versions: cropped version, a medium version, and a kind of longer version. So I knit the cropped version, think, oh, I would wear this over little dresses or whatever. Let me tell you, the cropped version barely covered my bust. So I knit the cropped version, finished it, and then tried it on and was like, this isn't long enough for me. I'm surprisingly long torsoed. And so you can actually see, because I haven't blocked it yet, I basically cut my knitting in half. I put some, so this was up here. Look how short that was. I put some needles in, left a row, put another set of needles in, snipped it, like you would do an afterthought heel. And then I basically knit all of this. I put a fair few inches on it. And then I Kitchenered it back together. So you can see where I've done it. But I think with blocking, that'll come out. You'll not be able to see that. So yeah, that was my fault. I should really have measured from my underarm down to how far I wanted it to go. Turns out I have a long torso. So yeah, I finished it. Let me tell you, the rows were long, the purling was a lot, but I think it's worth it. I think it's lovely and delicate. I really like the wool. It has this little applied I-cord that just kind of rolls in on itself, so I think it probably won't roll quite as much once I block it. And it has this pretty little detail, if I can show the shoulder. It has a nice little detail on the shoulder there that I really like. It's so neat. So that is my Darjeeling blouse. I need to find some buttons. I'm thinking some little wooden buttons would be cute. Just little tiny ones. And I need to block it. And then she will be ready to go in my wardrobe. So, finished object number 1 is done. I just love this lace. It was so easy. Oh, a couple more things to chat about. I did something slightly differently to how they were written in the pattern. Namely, the first one. She gives you a couple of ways of casting on for your picot edge. Now, if you've never knit a picot edge, it's basically plain knitting and then some yarn overs. And knit 2 together to get this. But you can see you have to you have to fold your yarn over in order to make these little picots stand up. So in order to do that, she gives you some options. They're all a little bit complicated and they involve juggling a lot of stitches. I did a very simple provisional cast on by crocheting a cast on onto, basically chaining the number of stitches onto my knitting needle, knitting straight into that and then graphing those 2 together to create that. That's not in her instructions, but it is by far the easiest way to handle quite a large number of stitches. They were involved, if you've ever done Judy's Magic cast on for toe-up socks, it involves 2 needles and you wrap your yarn around to get that. That's okay when you're doing 12, 24 stitches. When you're doing about 300 stitches, that's too much. I can't count and also keep my tension with those. I can't count that far. Which sounds ridiculous, but it's easy to lose count that way. So I found a little provisional cast on did the job perfectly. The other thing was the applied I-cord edge. Essentially the instructions tell you to pick up all your stitches and then do your applied edge. Oh, my linen is coming out. Pick up all your stitches and then do your applied edge. You can see my little buttonhole there. I did not do that. I picked it up as I went because there's no way I'm going to pick up hundreds and hundreds of stitches and then try and wrangle with them. Just pick it up as you go. There's no difference. It's just one's easier. So those are my little tips for knitting the Darjeeling blouse. Who's the designer for that? It's not a designer that I'd heard of. Trust the Mojo is her Instagram and Ravelry account. So I shall link that below. First finished object. Now, second finished object. Hot off the heels of that one, I knit a Tulsa tee. Now, you know I've knit Tulsa tees before. If you are a long time viewer, you know that I struggled with the neckline. It was too wide for me. So my trick for my Tulsa this time round was to cast on quite a few, quite a number of stitches fewer than recommended. I think it was maybe 12 or 16 stitches, fewer stitches than was recommended, and it's just pulled in the collar very nicely. This is, and then I just did a little change here with my raglan. Instead of doing my make ones invisibly, I did a little yarn over. Just get this little peekaboo effect. Very cute. And I knit this out of Drops Bell. Drops Bell is so affordable. It's £2 per 50 grams. It's a mixture of cotton, linen and viscose, I think. It's actually the same composition as Knitting for Olive's Lena, I believe it's Lena, which is nearly 3 times the price. So you can get Drops Bell on Wool Warehouse. The colours aren't as nice as the Knitting for Olive colours. Is it Knitting for Olive? It's one of those. Slightly fancier. Or is it Santa's Gown? Might be Santa's Gown. I think it's Santa's Gown. One of those anyway. Their colours are nicer. But I quite like this colour. I think it's called Raspberry. It's looking a little redder on screen than it is. It is a bluey red in real life. As you can see, I learned from my Darjeeling t-shirt, and I knit and I knit and I knit the body of this so that it would fit my long torso. So that is another finished object that I haven't been wearing. Now that I have it up against myself, I feel like this is probably tunic length and I overcompensated. But I'll be tucking it in anyway. It doesn't matter. I can't remember how many skeins of this I used. Maybe 6, because it does have quite a bit of length. But nice basic t-shirt, very cheap to make, very satisfying because it's DK weight and it works up quickly. And at quite a big gauge as well. So, Tulsa tee. Done. I'll have to keep all these out so that I remember for my show notes. Okay, very quickly, I knit my mum a pair of socks for her birthday. She turned 60. Now, where? Oh, there they are. These are just little shorty socks left over from, if you remember, I knit her little scarf for Christmas. Well, that was the leftover yarn. It was hedgehog fibres in the colourway Dove. I find it was just their like normal fingering weight yarn with a wee bit of nylon in it. 90% wool, 10% nylon. Very thin, not a very plump yarn, but made very cute little shorties for her. So that was for my mother. She'll kill me if I show a photo of her at her 60th, but she's so cute, how can I not? And my sister Jess, who's also very cute. Happy birthday, Mommy. So that was Mommy's birthday. We had such a lovely time. We made a little chic picnic dinner, like birthday party for her. We gathered together, just family, and had a nice wee thing. She had been, we paid for her to go to Spain for her birthday, so she had a little holiday, and then when she came back we did a little birthday dinner, and it was a very chic picnic type thing, so it was very, very nice, if I do say so myself. Okay, next finished object. We haven't finished. We're not slowing down. Let me creak my chair over here to get my sock blockers. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Let me get my sock blockers on for these babies, which have also not been blocked. Terrible. I have joined in for the first time Helen Stewart's Summer Sock Society. Some sort of sock society. It's not summer. What is it called? Sock Society? Is that just it? Jeez Louise, Natalie. Let's see. What am I saying? Who am I? Curious Handmade, the Handmade Sock Society. So she does a collection of socks every year. I think this is the 6th year. And you get 6 pairs of socks, one every month, starting from May, I think it was. And this kind of volume is all based on light academic kind of things, and I'm loving it. So this is the first set of socks in her series. They're called the Flourish socks. And I've knit them out of Woolly Mammoth. Let me find my little thing. Got Woolly Mammoth. Fibre Co. This is her natural sock, 50% BFL, 50% Cheviot wool. Cheviot? Some sort of Cheviot. This is the Crocus sock set. So natural wool, very different to knitting with superwash merino. This looks complicated. It's so not. By the time I got maybe here, I had learned the pattern. And it was just smooth sailing. Did my favourite little heel, which was actually the heel written in the pattern. Nice little toes, a little bit more rounded than usual. Wanted to follow the pattern as is. And so I've got a little pair of socks for myself now. And since I've started in this colour way, and it's a set, I think I'm going to try and keep them kind of matching. We'll see how it goes. But for now, they're matching-ish. So that is my first month of Helen Stewart's Handmade Sock Society. So month 1 done. There she goes. Okay. As I was knitting those and knitting my Darjeeling, I thought to myself, Natalie, there's so little colour in these. They're also natural and very calming, whatever, but I need colour. It's summer. I need bright. I was craving colour. Now you'll forgive that I haven't sewn in any of my ends in this. Not an end woven in. But I had to cast on something colourful. And I was looking at my stash and I thought, you have so much yarn, you need to start getting through it. Especially like kind of used skeins and stuff, like it's just hanging around there. Get working on it. How many socks can you really, how many scrappy pairs of socks are you really gonna knit? So I went on a little search through Ravelry and knew I wanted to make a shawl, something big and colourful that I could wrap myself up in over the summer, and landed on my old favourite Andrea Mari and found her traveller shawl. Oh, I've even got stitch markers still on this. Found her traveller shawl. It's written for hand spun yarn, but to get this a similar effect, I basically marled a load of minis that I have together. No, you're not ready for this. This is huge because I held fingering weight double and I upped my needle size as well. So I think I knit this on a 3.5 millimeter needle. This is the front. So, are you ready? Bright, bright, bright. I can't see what I'm showing. Bright, 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 bright. When I said bright, I really did mean it. So this is unblocked again, of course. So once I block it, I'm going to block it quite aggressively and get at night. Oh my god, it's so... Oh, perfect timing. Look at this little summary. No, it's called a 99. In Northern Ireland, we call these pokes. And the ice cream van is not the ice cream van, it's the Pokemon. So I saw these are from Chapel View Crafts, and I thought to myself, I need a poke. I can't not have a poke. I must have a poke for my shawl. So I got myself a poke to go on my shawl. It's got a little flake in it. It's so cute. I'll unwrap and show you properly up close. Look, it's so sweet. So yeah, I wondered where that was. I'm going to take it off so I don't lose it. But it was keeping my progress on my shawl. So I've lots of ends still to weave in. You can see them booking out. But I just was craving colour. I had some neons and stash. And this knit up so quickly. Honestly, I think maybe 2 weeks. I did 16 repeats. The pattern has 18. But she was getting big. Look. I love it. Like, this is Tiptoe from Pixie Yarn. I just love that I know where each of the little yarns came from. And I marled them so that they would kind of blend a little bit. But this, once I block it, it's going to be so big and so comfy. So I am delighted with this. I really am. I wanted to use up as much yarn as I could. I think it weighs 460 grams total. So it was a good chunky yarn I used. It's asymmetrical, which makes it hard to fold. But I'm going to actually leave it out so that I sew my ends in before I block it. But this was, look at that little spiral of colour. It's like a little shell, isn't it? This was a very satisfying, very quick knit. I put it around Neil's shoulders and I was like, Neil, just feel how cozy this is. And I put it around him and he was like, I think I need one. And I was like, I didn't think you would wear it. And he was like, I'd wear it in the house. So I think Neil wants a house shawl. But if it'll get through my scraps of wool and my kind of leftovers, I'll gladly make it. It's just so bright and fun. I love it so much. So I'm excited to block that, sew my ends. I'm not excited to sew my ends in, but I'm excited to get it done. Okay. That's all my true, proper finished objects. I have a couple of here that are kind of finished-ish. First off is I had knit a big tube from some leftover yarn. I think this is West Yorkshire Spinners. I don't know what colourway. But I'd knit a tube. Either I knit it or Granny knit it, I can't remember. But I added the little toes and I folded down my cuffs to make little hems because I didn't want to do ribbing. And I've tucked a little mini in there so that whenever I decide who these are for, all I have to do is put heels on. So I got a full pair of socks, full length, with I think, if I knit them for Gran, they would have maybe had 8 inches on the leg, and this pair from one skein. So I'm very happy with that. These are going to now go into stash, awaiting their recipient. See whoever will get them. I have a little fairy in there. I'll take her out. So there's a little pair of socks for someone. Starting my little gift stash early. And in the same vein, I also have this tube, which is, I believe, half of the tube. So the idea is actually you cast on here for your ribbing. You knit, 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 knit. And then this should be your heel. And then knit, 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 knit. And then this should be your toe. But these were too long for the legs. So I mean, that's a long leg. So I'm going to cut them. I finished them with 2 ribbons on either side. I'm going to cut them in the middle and make a pair of socks, another pair of shorties. They'll probably go, I'll add a toe in and then they'll probably go like that. So it's another little tube just waiting to be made into its final pair of socks. So that's another little stash of gifts. There we go. Okay, now I'm into sock talk. I need to find everything. So let's see. Pair of socks. Good. Pair of socks. Good. That's all stash. Stash. Socks. Okay. Sock talk. I have 3 pairs of socks here. The longest standing one has been my Will of the Wisp socks. So I can't remember this where I was when I showed you these last time. I don't think I'd finished this one. So I finished one little shorty. This is La Belle Époque by La Bien-Aimée, matched with a little pink mini. And I've already got my little Yarnia sock progress keeper in for my heel. So that's one done. I love this pattern and it's free. It's this Handmade Life. I love her sock patterns. That's a little free pattern from her. And I've cast on, I've done the cuff for the other one. So I haven't actually started this one yet because I cast these on before the Helen Stewart stuff came out. Now the Helen Stewart stuff is out. These little pattern socks are on the back burner. But this yarn is so cute. I like that the pink brings out, it gives it a pinky tone to the skein. I think if I'd used a beige, it would have really dulled the pinkiness down. So you could really add, if you add a green to that, it would completely change the skein, you know. I really think the mini is emphasizing whatever colour is in that variegated yarn. But that's on the back burner for now. Maybe I'll tuck them into bed for a little while and just come back to them when I want something a bit that I have to think about. Living in a Little Liberty bag. This is a little version of the other one with pockets. Don't mind me. Okay, sock 1 done. Sock 2 is just a little plain sock that I wanted to cast on after I finished Mum's. And I thought to myself, Neil has not had a pair of socks in a while. So this is West Yorkshire Spinners in their Robin colour. 75% wool, 25% nylon. These ones are definitely slightly scratchier, but I think they are superwash treated. I can't quite remember. But they are scratchier. It's a different kind of wool. It's not merino wool, but I love them. They do shrink in the wash if they're on a high spin. I can wash them like in a wool wash and it's fine, but definitely don't put these in a tumble dryer. I love the little colour. So I just knit till the first colour change for the what's that called? Cuff. And then these will just be knit all the live long day. So that is for my Neil, again in one of those little bags I like to make. And then my last sock is the second instalment of the Helen Stewart Hand Knit Sock Society. This pattern is called, the first one was called Flourish. This one is called Letterpress, the Letterpress socks. Look how nice this texture is. Super simple. And it's only textured here, and then you go into your heel. Now I did one less repeat. You're supposed to have 7 and I only have 6 because I have short little chubby ankles and shins, and so I think that's enough for me. I don't like my socks to be too long. So that is my second Helen Stewart. This yarn is, it's dystopian dystopian fibres. Dystopic fibres? I haven't got my ball band. I shall link them below. Look at this purple. It's so nice. But I would definitely get 2 pairs of socks out of this, so I might give half of it to my friend who's also knitting these. See if she wants a little matching pair. We'll see. And then this is a Coop Knits socks, yeah, mini. No idea what the colour is, but there's only one dark purple. This is it. So that's my Helen shirt. Again in little Liberty print back. Look how nice that inside is. Hang on, I'm going to have a little time cook. Not sponsored, can you imagine? I've been working all day. Can you tell? I look a bit rough. Okay, that's all my socks. We're half an hour in and I haven't finished the knitting. This next one is so exciting. Let's see. Here, what's in this? Is that a sock? Oh, I haven't cast that on yet. That doesn't count. This is exciting. It's not actually in the bag because I've just thrown it into this basket. It's not very organised, naturally. Again, a little Liberty bag. Oh, adorable. So I actually have this in 2 bags because this is a t-shirt. It is the Cumulus top by Petite Knit. Now, Petite Knit is kind of size inclusive and not really. She could do better. She kind of says that she's size inclusive, but not really. So this is the largest size that you can get in this top, which I think is shocking, to be honest. But I have cast it on nonetheless, and my conscience is a bit sore about it. But anyway, I shall live with myself. This is knit out of, you'll recognise it, Knitting for Olive Pure Silk. I knit a little vest top in this last year. It's in the colour cream. 98605. It is 100% Boret silk. So it's not like shiny silk. If anything, it kind of feels like cotton. But I'll show you the other. Right, when you see this back. I made this with my own 2 hands. Look. It's got pockets inside. This is supposed to be a drawstring, but it doesn't really work. Anyway, I made this little bag. It's another can-do pattern, so I shall link that below. But I've been holding my yarn in this, so I shall show you the nice little skeins of yarn. Oh, what are you? Some sort of dirt. I have 8 skeins for this t-shirt. Let me show you. And it has, oh, the Apple Pencil. Making a run for it. So here is my Cumulus t-shirt. Just a very plain little raglan decrease down there. Because I'm knitting a bigger size, I have to do some extra raglan increases here. So I'm just finishing that. Nearly ready to split for sleeves. Doesn't really look like anything right now. It's knitting up on a 28 stitch gauge, which means it's slow progress. I'm knitting them on a 3mm needle, and it is very slow progress, but it's good TV knitting, so I'm happy with that. And it has another of my little Chapel View Crafts summery progress keepers that I wanted to show you. This is a little rocket lolly. I don't know if you get them in America, but over here, these are like classic ice lolly. Popsicle. Our friends across the water might say. It's so cute. And it makes me smile every time I look at it. The other thing, I should show you my last little one from Chapel View Crafts, is a little Portuguese custard tart, also known as a nata, i.e. the first 4 letters of my name. So cute. It's so cute. I love it so much. So those are my little stitch markers that I got. This is my work in progress. And, you know, it'll take a little while to get through it. I'm really looking forward to splitting for sleeves. Currently I'm at like the most amount of stitches I'll have on the needles. So once I split for sleeves, it'll go a little bit faster, I'm hoping. So that is my summer top that's on the go. I put all of my sweaters into hibernation because it's not the season for sweaters, it's the season for ice lollies and summer tops. So that is in progress. Nice. Are those my own knitted whips? All the socks and then that? Yes. That's good. It's very reasonable. I do have shawls and things cast on, but they're all sleeping. They're all sleeping. Oh, there's my dystopic fibre. Oh my god, Natalie, you're all over the place today. Dystopic fibre. Aged something. I could not read this word. For love nor money. I don't know what that says. But yeah, gorgeous. I love the little logo. Weird. Love it. So, is that all my whips? That's all my whips. Well done, me. I am very thirsty. It's a wild lot of talking. Okay. I have some exciting purchases to show you. You've already seen my cute little stitch markers. Let's keep them safe. Okay. How will I tackle this? How will I tackle this? Okay. I'll do my books first. So I went to... Oh, don't shake the table, Natalie. I went to a little knitting retreat with some friends. And it was so lovely. We booked an Airbnb. We took off for a couple of nights. And it was over in Enniskillen, which is the other side of Northern Ireland. So for, you know, people even in the UK and America, a 2.5 hour drive is not very long. That was a long drive for us. So we went for a little retreat. It was so lovely. The house was beautiful. We just brought so much food and so much knitting. We did a little yarn swap with each other. So we just cleared out our stashes and brought things to see if somebody else would want to use them. So I gifted a lot of my stash. Good chunk of it. I think maybe 20 skeins or so. So it was lovely. And then on the second day we went into Enniskillen and we visited You Mama. Now I say you, it's like EWE. Apparently in that part of the world you say yo mama. So that makes sense. But I picked up a couple of books. I've been on a knitting book kick because I've had my eye on this for a long time. The Neons and Neutrals by Amy from Laaleebee. It is gorgeous. It's even just a gorgeous tabletop book. Look at her. Look at her wandering around Paris in her beautiful little knitwear. Her very pricey yarn. So there are some beautiful patterns in this. Beautiful. Look. It's so cute. So this is a gorgeous little book and I have already flicked through. Oh. Aren't they beautiful? Look at that. That's gorgeous. So I've been flicking through. I haven't gone back to it. Like I said, I got this in, April? So it's been a little while, but there's so many different patterns here. And the photography is beautiful. So I'm very excited by this book. Yeah, I just think it's gorgeous. Let me see oh, look at these shawls. Look at those shawls. Look at this. I'm not really a green person, but that's beautiful. So yeah, I'm excited about this. What have I flagged? Oh, I flagged that shawl as one that I want to make. And then this is the last one I'll show you, this beautiful colorwork jumper. Gorgeous. So I got that. And then I saw this one as well, and I've had my eye on this too. Stephen West's painting shawls. So I have so many Stephen West patterns. I haven't knit very many of them, but I just could not resist. I love a big shawl. Look at that. The purple is singing. It's calling my name. It's such a nice book. It's all kind of modular knitting, I think, or that's the kind of vibe of it anyway. Look. You could make it so many different colorways. Imagine a rainbow in that. So gorgeous. The fragmentation shawl is a Stephen West shawl. I've knit one full one, my kind of neon-y rainbow one, and I have a Halloweeny autumnal one. Look at this. Ooh. I have a Halloweeny like autumnal one. Currently snoozing because I shall get back to it when that time of the year comes around again. But these are just so beautiful, aren't they? So I got that book as well. And I also had a pre-order with Casey and Hanks for 52 weeks of scrap yarn. So I think I like snapped this up. So I'm delighted that I've got it. I really want to make this. It's a little scarf, but it's so beautiful. It's named after little sweeties. Can't remember the name of it. But there's so many beautiful patterns in this. So many. I don't want to give like the pattern details away. Let me see the contents. They've got sweaters, cardigans, vests and pullovers, scarves, shawls and coils, socks, hats and headbands, mittens and hand warmers, and bags and home decor. Let me see. Let me flick through and show you some of my favorites. There's some that I'm like very excited to cast on. I love these little tiny scarves. They're so easy. And look at this one. Isn't that so cute? Love that. I think they're perfect little gifts. Oh, here it is. Compito candy. The scarf was inspired by a traditional Japanese sugar candy that is small, brightly coloured, and has a spiky surface. That's the cover pattern. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I got some books. They're very, very heavy, but they're absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very delighted. That is only the beginning of my stuff. Maybe I should pause this video and then record another one just in case something happens. It's 43 minutes. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. No, that's just the books. Let's get into the yarn, okay? First of all, and most exciting, I won another Grocery Girls Sock Bash prize. I won it a couple of years ago, and now I've got another one. So look at this little package that I got from them. It's so sweet. First of all, the little sheepies, adorable, so cute. I have my other little sheepies there. Don't be grumbling on me, I'm speaking. I have a little yarn. I don't know who the yarn is by because there's not a little tag, but I've got a little, are these not just my colours? And a mini to go with. I think these would be perfect for my next little Helen Stewart socks. So my little mini's coming undone. I got a sock pattern. Take a Hike. July 2024. Maria-Lise Doodle. Cute, cute, cute. And your please don't barge. Maybe this is a whole kit from these guys. I'm not sure. But anyway, I got a sock pattern. I got some socks. I got some needles. Can never have too many. I got a little enamel pin. A little thistle. And the cutest little fluffy pom-pom stitch markers. Look at these. By the Yarn Bowler. Now Henry, come me up here because I'm nearly finished. Look how cute these are. Henry is like listening to the tone of my voice and getting jealous. But these are adorable. They are adorable. So I'm delighted to have those. But what a good prize. See, it's so worth, if you are a sock knitter, join in with the Grocery Girls Sock Bash. Because it is so worth it. Little pattern and everything. And those are such cute. Oh, I didn't even look. Look at the cuff. Has little cables. I've never done a cuff like that. Gorgeous. Marie-Elise Doodle is a French-Canadian designer. Love that. Love that. Love that little prize. Yay. Thank you, Grocery Girls. Not that you watch this, but love you. I'm saying love you to the Grocery Girls. Stop watching me, please. So that's my prize. No. Next. Oh, yes. Let's show you my clubs from Beehive Yarns. She's doing her Season Spell Yarn Club, and this year I am getting her 2 skeins of 50 grams in the sparkling one. So I have April here, and April is represented by this little rope. Isn't that perfect? Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. So that's April. May is this middle. Beautiful. May. And I haven't got June yet. June's on its way. So I am going to, I think, do the, what's that called? You know that big quilt that's based on patchwork? Like the stars. Oh my god. I cannot remember. There's a big quilt. Blanket. Knitted blanket. The Stella quilt. Yeah, I think it's called that. I think I'm going to do these and add like a natural to it. This is beautiful. I love that so much. This club is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. So I'm delighted with those. I'm delighted that I can now like put all my nice yarn into my stash and out of this bag. Okay. Whilst we were at the retreat, I swapped some yarns and I purchased a little skein as well. So from you, Mama, I could not resist this 50 gram. Oh, look at that colour. This is a one-of-a-kind titanium sock. And I love it so much. It's so beautiful. It's so my colour. I love it. Oh, it just makes me happy looking at it. Gorgeous, gorgeous colour. So I got that. And then we did a little yarn swap and I got a couple of skeins from my friends. So first one is a Zauberball self-striping yarn for socks. What's the colourway called? Charisma. So I'm excited for that. I've always been meaning to get a Zauberball. Now I have one. And I like these colours. And I love self-striping. So that'll be fun. It doesn't feel like other sock knitting yarns. But it's 75% wool, 25% nylon. And there's a little picture of a sock there. So obviously it is for socks. It just feels different than I was expecting. So that's my Zauberball. I also got, what is this? Bella Lana Marathon. Another little self-striping sock yarn. 50 gram skein. Perfect. These will be nice little autumnal ones. Love this. So that's a little sock yarn. And then I got these two. She was very generous with the yarns that she was swapping out. And I thought these went really nicely together. The Irish Artisan Yarn. It's called Christmas Eve. Is that not the most Christmas Eve colour you've ever seen? DK 100% superwash. and then a little mini from Giddy Aunt Yarns, who are now Inspiring Yarns, called Lichen, Merino Spring Twisty K. I thought they worked really nicely together. So I have a friend in mind I think would like something knit up in this. So to be confirmed. But I think they're beautiful and they go really nicely together. There's no nylon in them, so they won't be socks. They'll be something else. But I think they're beautiful. So that was my little goodies from my retreat. And then I went through a wee phase of do you know you just want to order yarn? And I just wanted to knit all the socks, and so I ordered a load of sock yarn. I think there might have been a slight sale on Wool Warehouse. Hard to say, really. I cannot be stopped. So I put a little order in at Wool Warehouse. I was getting fabric for sewing some project bags, so that's probably the reason as well. I got a couple of skeins to try out. I wanted to try out Drops Fable. So I got this skein. I think it's only a 50 gram skein though, so it won't do nil. But I think it's cute, a little soft stripe, so that's cute. This colour is 162, Inspired, and this is 161. So I think these will end up being just like these little socks. I'll knit them up into tubes and see what happens. But those are just to have something on the needles. And then I wanted to try out Drops Fiesta, which is a superwash treated sock wool. It's got nylon in it and it is DK. So I got 2 skeins. These are so fun and cheap as chips, under £2 per skein. Look how bright and cute they are. They're so cute. So little DK shorties for me. Yay. I might knit them toe up. Will I? We'll see. And then another little sock yarn. This is Head Over Heels Stylecraft, Colours of the World, Australia. Bondi Beach. This is for Neil to knit him some nice little socks. I give him a choice of sock yarns and he chose this one. So that'll be another little pair of socks for our Neil. So yeah, I wanted to get some commercial sock yarn, build that little stash up a bit, and I did it. I'm nearly done, Henry. Can you hear him huffing at me? Okay. Last thing to share with you is some of my purchases that I got when I went on, not on retreat, I went to the Little Yarn Festival gathering stitches. No. Let me just tell Henry off here. Right, Hen, go see Papa. Go see him. I'm nearly done. Oh, these are so gorgeous. Where's my doublins? I'm going to find them. Oh yeah, I haven't looked in this little bag since I've been. There's so much. Okay, I went to Gathering Stitches Yarn Festival. It was so good. I think they're going to be there next year. It's well worth a trip. There were so many different yarn dyers, and I got a little bit of something from quite a few. First one that I had spotted on Instagram, I spotted they were taking it with them, and I was like, that is for me. That is not for anyone else. That is for me. Nobody else can have this. This is from Inspiring Yarns, hand-dyed yarn. It's called Starfish. Isn't it just gorgeous? Oh. So I'm going to knit a little Sophie scarf. I think a little, because I have a lipstick this colour. So a little Sophie scarf for me. Gorgeous. Love this so much. I saw it and I thought, this is so beautiful. I must have this. It's like a neon red. 250 gram skeins. Love, 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 love. And then I got this from Woolly Adventures. It's a super sock, hand dyed in Kalibaki. What's the name of this? There is no name on this colourway. Presented without name. but it's so nice. This part reminds me of like sweeties. Like if you're from here or the UK, used to get blackjacks that were kind of this colour, and fruit salads, which were like this colour. So that's definitely what that makes me think of. She had a whole range of like superhero yarns, and they were so good. They were so good. So I got a little 50-gram skein of that to knit up some socks. And from her I also got, which I completely forgot about, little needle minders so that my stitches don't slip off, which I actually need to put on my silk cumulus blocks, cumulus top that I'm knitting. I'm going to put those on in that bag actually. Gorgeous. And then, I spotted this. This is from Herbarium Dye Works, and she dyes her yarn all natural dyeing. This is called Cloud Song, the base. It's 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk, and 10% cashmere. And I got 2 strands because it's lace weight. Oh, look at this. I mean, it's my exact skin tone. But I couldn't resist. I could not resist. Look at it. I literally camouflaged. But I love it so much. It's so delicate. It's so beautiful. I'm going to hold them double to make fingering weight, but I just don't know what I'm going to cast on yet, but it will be some sort of shawl. And what's really special about these is that she tells you what she used to dye the colours. So this one's called Peach Blossom, and she says it's a blended brew. And then this one is called Sushi, and she used sappanwood. Look at the shine on that yarn. It's just so beautiful. I love it so much. I couldn't get over this. I couldn't get over it. So precious, going into stash until the perfect project has been discovered for it. Now, I'm annoyed with myself because I purchased 2 Doodle packs, a Paris one and a Dublin one, and I don't know what I've done with the Dublin one. I did see it skirting about the floor, but I thought I picked it up and put it away safely, and obviously it's too safe because I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, nothing. Anyway, I will show you this one. I also got a Dublin Doodle pack. These were stocked by Inspiring Yarns. They had quite a few different Doodle packs. Love this branding that she's done. Look, you get so many cute little ones in this. I'll show you very quickly. Croissants, éclair, and baguette. I feel like I'm in school. Magasin, café, the Louvre, the Eiffel Tower, Eiffel Tower, and Notre Dame. Gorgeous. So I also have a Dublin kit version. I don't know where they are right now. I shall find them. I've got a real craving. Listen to this bad dog. Don't torture me. I've got a real craving to do some colour work. I haven't done it in a while. I actually bought quite a few doodle patterns the other day. But yeah, I'm going to have to do some doodling. Pull some things together. Because it's high time. Anyway, Henry, I'm nearly done. Let me talk to my friends, catch them up with my life, and then we'll go downstairs, okay? Go see Papa. He will not go see Papa. He will sit here until I move. He thinks I'm working because I'm at my desk, and he hates whenever you're working late. Look at my frizzy hair. He thinks I'm working. He's huffing now. Okay, so that's all my knitting content, quite a lot. So I'll give you a little life update. If you don't care about that, then that's fine. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll talk to you later. If you do care about my life, let me fill you in on what's been happening. So, went on our knitting retreat, spoke a little bit about that. It was so gorgeous. It was so lovely. Then I came back and I got very sick. I had the flu, which was, it really wiped me out. It came on really suddenly. I got a fever and was in bed for like 4 days, and then that turned into a chest infection. So I was sick for about two or 3 weeks with that, so that was not fun. I didn't enjoy that. Then I recovered and that was fine. Then what happened? Neil and I had our 11-year anniversary, which is, it feels like a lifetime and also like no time at all. So that was lovely. And then Henry got really, really, really sick. My little baby. I don't know what it was. He is very boisterous, as you all probably know. Whenever you come home, he is bounding over to see you, to give you kisses, to be like, where were you? Where were you? Well, I went to the Gathering Stitches retreat, came home from that, and he didn't get up off the sofa. He just kind of looked a bit miserable at me, and I knew he'd been sick that morning, but I expected him to kind of bounce back like usual, and he didn't. Couldn't get off the sofa. His wee tail was so sad. So he wasn't doing too well, and he was sick all that day, just no energy, totally not good. And then he collapsed that night, and so we took him to the emergency vets, and he was in and out of the vets for a solid 10 days. He was really, really ill, and it was very, very expensive. So yeah, he's good now. He's made a full recovery, as you can tell, because he's been bloody cheeky today. But we were really, really worried about him for a wee while there. So that was a lot to deal with, my little hen. And so whenever things like that happen, I go into crisis mode and I sort everything out. I'm very switched on. I'm very organised. I have my wits about me. I get things sorted. Neil not so much. Neil kind of flaps. So I'm the one that sorts things out. This is what we need to do. This is the next steps. Keeping track of everything that's going on. Who's saying what instructions we're getting, blah, blah, blah. I can do that the whole way through. As soon as Henry got better, and it did take about 10 days, he lost a lot of weight. Oh, he was so sweet. He got so quiet. The people in the vets absolutely loved him because they're like, he's just the sweetest wee fella. He's so quiet. And I'm like, it's because he's not well. So like, he had all of the staff wrapped around his wee finger. I went to pick him up one day, halfway through his vet visit, and the receptionist was like, he is just the most gorgeous wee fella. She went in to check that he was okay, and he just leaned his wee head on her, as if he were like, comfort me. They all loved him, and then by the last day, the vet who had been dealing with him brought us in, and she was like, I heard him bark today. It's the first time I've ever heard him bark, and I'm like, oh, he's feeling better. He was so different. He had no energy. He felt so sorry for himself. He wasn't eating a thing. It was just really worrying, you know. He's my little baby. So the whole way through that, I was very stoic and organised and sorted things out. And as soon as Henry got better, I got sick because it was as if I could like stop being strong and just freak out a bit. So I got a little sick again. But it's all good. He is feeling much better. So yeah, it's been busy. And it's been a strange time. I know you probably don't believe me. I have been trying to film the podcast for weeks and weeks and weeks. But it's either very full on at work or very full on at home. And being able to find the time to like bring myself to talk to anybody has been a lot. I'm not very extroverted and my job requires me to be quite extroverted. And so I find that very tiring. And yeah, I just haven't been recording like I want to. But I feel good that I've shared all of this with you. It's so messy in this room. So I need to go and find a home for all of my treats. Because I've been like hoarding them, waiting to share them with you. And now I can actually put them away and use them and be happy about that. So that's everything that's been going on. I can't really think of it. I'm sure there's other stuff, but I just can't think of it right now. So I'm gonna go and get some dinner and rest my throat a little bit. It's a bit sore. I'm chitter-chattered for so long. And maybe cast on some colour work. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm sorry I left it so long. And I shall be back shortly. Have a good couple of weeks. Happy knitting.